Today we are going to begin drawing a family portrait. So we are going to think of the people that we live with at home, and we are going to draw them on this piece of paper. Now when we draw a face, we always want to be thinking of the shape of a face, which is an oval shape. So I have some oval stencils you can use, or you can just free draw your own. But you want to think of how many people do you live with. So if I think back when I was little, I have 3 brothers and I have a mom and a dad. So that plus me is 6 people total. That's a lot of people. You might not have that many people. That's okay. But for me, that's how many I had. So I made my paper going long ways, and I'm going to do 2 ovals here at the top. Now you have to think how many people are in your family, and if you have a big family, you're going to have to maybe make these ovals smaller to fit them all on the paper. Okay, so this bottom one I had to make a little smaller, and maybe I'm going to erase a little bit of this one and make it a little smaller because it's a little too big. Okay, so then from there, you want to begin drawing the faces. So eyes, nose, mouth, hair, all that stuff. So you guys want to do that with a pencil and then outline with a Sharpie. Now I'm going to go straight with the Sharpie just so you can see it on the camera, okay? Alright, so up here, these are going to be my mom and dad, and these are going to be me and my brothers down here. So when I draw a face, I'm going to think I want football-shaped eyes, circle on the inside, and then I make a black circle on the inside of that circle. I'm going to draw a letter U nose. And if you want to draw lips, you're going to draw 2 hills, connect them, and then draw a curved line down there. This is going to be my mom. I'm giving her eyelashes and eyebrows. Okay, and then I'm going to give her hair. My mom has curly, short hair. And I'm going to outline the bottom of her chin here. Now this line up here, I don't want that line, so I'm going to erase that. On to my dad. So my dad's going to have football-shaped eyes. We all have football-shaped eyes. He has eyelashes. Some people just have longer eyelashes than others. Eyebrows. Letter U nose. And for my dad, I'll just give him a smile like that. Now, my dad's hair is shorter, so I can see his ears. And he just has hair on the sides because he's bald on the top. And then I'm going to start drawing me and my brothers. Okay, so what I want to show you from here is we want to make necks and shoulders. So I already made one on me. So a neck's going to come down like this, and then you're going to make shoulders. Now I'm not going to draw past this part because I don't want this line to go into my shoulder. That's not going to make any sense. And so this shoulder is just going to go off the paper, and then I give a line for the shirt, right? So some of these you're not going to see all of them. It's called overlapping when some things are in front. So here's my mom. Okay, and I'm going to try to guess where her shoulder is, so I just make a little line over there. Here's my dad. And you can color this in with your media of choice. So another way I can make a family portrait is I can draw my ovals a little smaller where these are really, really big and I'm just seeing the faces. And I could maybe make the bodies of everybody here. So I could draw neck, shoulders, okay, so up here, these are going to be my mom and my dad because they're going to be a little taller. And again, you want to think of drawing them behind the kids in the front. So I'll make my shoulders, but I won't draw into this person here because I want my dad to look like he's behind my brother. So I got to try to figure out where things are going to be. So here's his legs behind and his feet and his arm. And maybe I'll make his arm look like it's on the shoulder. With my mom, I'll draw her shoulders look like they're going behind me and my brother. I'll draw her hand on my shoulder. Okay, and there you see I have my family portrait, and if you want to, you could like draw your house behind them, you can draw them outside, whatever you guys like to do as a family, and draw that. So we like to go to picnics. So I might make a blanket here on the ground. So you can see I've begun starting with the crayon, and I'm just coloring in everything with crayon. You want to just be mindful of their skin color, and you want to think about the eye color of everybody in your family. Do you know their eye color? That's something you can look at. Okay, now I'm also going to think about the background space, and I'm just going to decorate the background space. I think I might just make some fun kind of lines and patterns back here. So I might do a wavy line and then a zigzag line. And I'll just go back and forth between wavy and zigzag. And notice my pattern here is also switching colors. It's going from like a red-orange to a violet. And this is just to give the background a little decoration so it doesn't look so plain. Okay, so here's one family portrait where I've created mainly just the faces of everybody in my family. And my other style of portrait is where I did the whole entire body of the family and I put them in an environment. So for this one, I'm going to change it up a little bit. Now I'm still going to pick out the skin color that I need. So again, this is my family. We all have lighter skin, so I'm going to choose lighter skin. If you have darker skin, you would color with darker skin. And if you're doing this one, we're coloring with crayon. We're coloring all the skin with crayon first, after we outline everything with Sharpie. Now the difference here is I'm going to paint this one in, where this one I did all with crayon. So you get your choice of your media, what materials you want to use. But I did the skin first because I didn't really have that color in my paints. So for this project we're going to use watercolor paints. Now watercolor paints, you need water to wake up the paint, okay? And you always want to remember to rinse your brush between colors. You see this color right here? See how there's like some purple in there? It's because the artists who used this before me didn't rinse their brush. That means they were using the purple, they painted, and then they just dipped their brush right into the green and it got all mixed there. We don't want that, okay? You gotta make sure that you rinse your brush in between your colors. Okay, so I have to get my brush wet. And I think I'm going to begin here by doing the clothing. So I'm going to pick what color I want everybody's clothing to be. And then I will just get to painting. Now, some of these shapes are kind of small, so you want to think about using the tippy toe of your brush, and you don't want to get too much water because then the water is just going to spread everywhere. You don't want to do that. So I have just some water on my brush, not too much, and I'm really in control. This will be much harder than just coloring in with the crayon like on the other family portrait. So this is like a step more advanced. Because I have red on my brush right now, I'm just going to paint everything that I want red all at the same time. That way I don't have to rinse. So now I'm switching colors, so that means I'm rinsing my brush and I'm picking out a new color. That way my brush is nice and clean. So here is my family portrait all complete, the one that I painted with watercolor paint, and I drew us in an environment, something we used to enjoy when we were, when I was growing up. We liked to go outside and have picnics and play baseball and eat lunch. And then again, here's the other kind you can do of just the faces of the people of your family. This one I did all with crayon, this one I did with crayon and watercolor paint.